Good evening students. Today we are going to study about the household circuits. First we are going to see the transmission of power from the generating station to the consumer. Consumer means you. We at the house we are using electricity, so we are the consumers. But we know that where we are using the electricity at our home, electricity is not made at our home. Electricity is made somewhere else at the electricity generating stations. Power stations they are known as. So we are going to see exactly how it takes place. First thing, the location of these power stations are very far away from the residential colonies. That is, the generation where the electricity is made, that station, and the place where people are using electricity, they are very far away. The reason being, you know that power stations you have studied, there are thermal power stations, there are hydro power stations. Now they are, for that dams are required, okay, for those energies. So they cannot be near us, they have to be very far away for setting up these power stations. Abhi, if we are using the water for generating electricity, we require dam. Now dam cannot be next to our house, nor we can build a house next to the dam. That is also very dangerous. So these power stations are situated at a far off place, in an open area, in a remote area where there is preferably no residences nearby, and consumers are at a different place. So this thing first to keep in mind, that production of electricity is done at one end and the usage is done at the other end. Now second thing, at the generation center, electric power is generated at 11,000 volts or 11 kV, kilovolts. The reason that neither we can go higher than this nor we can go lower than this. Now what happens, you know the formula P is equal to VI. That means I is equal to P upon V. That is, the current and voltage are inversely proportional. So more the voltage, less the current, less the voltage, more the current. So if you increase the voltage more than 11 kV, then the current will be so less, and half of it will be lost as energy, as heat energy in sending or in transmitting from one place to another. So we cannot go above 11 kV. If we go less than 11 kV, if you go lower, the voltage becomes lower, then the current produced is very high, and it is so high that you need really very thick wires to carry them. Thin wires are burnt out on the way. So because of these two problems, the power is generated at 11 kV only. And one more, okay, right now only so much. In the next video we will see the remaining. Now as I told you earlier, just a quick recap, P is equal to VI, V is equal to P upon I. So V is inversely proportional to I, and there is one more formula H. H means the heat, H is equal to I square RT. That is, the heat generated is directly proportional to the square of the current. So more the current flowing, more the heat will be produced, and the wire is going to get heated and damaged, and that is why we cannot transmit a high current also. So more voltage, less current, less heat will be generated, that is for sure, but the less current also will be reaching the other end. So considering both the factors of high and low, the generation is done at 11 kV. Now we have learned that flowing electrons is known as current. Now current is of two types, that is AC and DC. AC means alternating current and DC means the direct current. Alternating current means the current changes its direction periodically. As you can see over here, it is represented as a sine wave. That is, you can see it is above the line, then the next cycle it is going below the line, then again it is going above the line. So this continues. So after a fixed time period, it is going to go on changing its direction. Whereas the DC current is represented by a straight line, it is going in the same direction. Now it doesn't matter in which direction the current is flowing. Why? Because we only want that electrons should flow. Flowing electrons means current. In which direction they are flowing, it doesn't matter. So now what is the advantage with the AC current is that it can be stepped up and stepped down. Now what do you mean by step up and step down? If you generate AC current at say 11 kV, Then if we want, we can increase the voltage. If we want, we can decrease the voltage also. We have got transformers for that. They are known as step up transformers and step down transformers. If you are increasing the voltage, there it is known as step up transformer. If it is decreasing the voltage, it is known as step down transformers. Whereas in case of DC, you cannot change the voltage, in which whatever voltage, suppose 11 kV you are generating DC, then you have to supply at 11 kV only, and over there the consumer also will get it 11 kV only. You cannot change it. But here in AC, you can change it. Suppose you are generating at 11 kV. After that, while transmitting to higher industries, you have to give some other voltage. For giving for household, you have to give some different voltage. So accordingly, you can change. You can either increase or decrease and then supply. So this is the benefit with the AC current, and that is why in the power stations, the current generated is in AC, that is the alternating current. Now, as I told you all that the current generated at the power station is AC, that is the alternating current, and the current has a frequency of 50 hertz. 50 hertz means 100 times it is going to change its direction. 50 oscillations in 1 second. So 50 means 50 up and 50 down. So total you have got 100 times it is going to change. So you can see over here that 11 kV power is being generated. Power generated at 11 kV. But this 11 kV, what we do after generation, we are going to step it up using a step up transformer. We are going to step it up to 132 kV. We are going to step it up to 132 kV, and where we are going to do this is known as grid substation. Okay, we are going to step it up to 132 kV and send it to the grid substation setup. After that, what happens? This 132 kV is again, after transmission jab ho jata hai, then it is again stepped down to 33 kV and then supplied to the industrial, heavy industrial areas because they require higher voltage. Now it is stepped down to 220 volts. See, these all are in kilovolt. This is in volt. हमारे घर में जो आता है that is 220 volts. Then 33 kilovolt is stepped down to 220 volts and then it is given to the consumer. So first just understand the values once again. Current is generated as alternating current. 50 hertz is the frequency and at 11 kV. After that, उसको step up करके they send it to the grid substation and वहाँ पे grid substation में फिर उसको 33 kV किया जाता है for giving to the heavy industries and then it is sent to the immediate substation. और substation क्या करता है? Substation फिर उसको और कम करता है, that is 220 volts, and then it is given to the consumer. Okay, so this is the complete cycle how the electricity is generated and it comes to you. Okay. Now the same thing we will just recap with this figure. You can see that power is being generated. The first box you see power generating station at 11 kV. Then it goes to the grid substation setup where it is stepped up by a step up transformer to 132 kV. From there it goes to the main substation and there it is stepped down to 33 kV and this 33 kV is now supplied to the heavy industries. Now from there it is again sent to intermediate substation where it is stepped down to again 11 kV and from there it is again sent to the city substation and again there from 11 kV to 220 volts it is stepped down and this 220 volts is supplied to the consumer. So remember, the electricity which you get in your house, the current coming to your house is of 220 volts having 50 frequency. The cycle is 50 hertz.